When most fans of competitive Smash think about international players, their minds generally drift to Europe in players like Avalancher, Yappy, or Frenzy. But Melee has grown to become a global game, with scenes popping up all across the world, and in the Australian Melee scene, there's no name more well known than Spud. He began his early local career quite strong, with a handful of first and second place finishes at locals, but his breakout performance didn't come until Battle Arena Melbourne 7 in May of 2015. This tournament boasted a lot of big names like Mango, Leffen, and Lucky, which provided Spud a perfect stage for showing off his talent to the rest of the world. But it seemed like his chances for this were over as he was knocked in the losers fairly early in the bracket by Lucky. But this didn't discourage Spud in the slightest, as he ripped through losers, winning a close Game 5 set against the top 100's Alex 19, and losing the Chillin to end his event at 7th place. And this ended the story on the international level for Spud for quite a while. 10 iterations of the newly founded Sector Z tournament series, another Battle Arena Melbourne, and 17 months went by until Spud thrust himself into the international spotlight again at the Big House 6, his major debut on American soil. But sadly, Spud's debut at the Big House 6 was lackluster, with him failing to take any significant wins and suffering losses to Northeastern Ohio's #1 player and Puffmain, 4%, and Brooklyn's Ryan K. One can only imagine how demoralizing it could potentially have been to fly all the way out to the US, finish 97th, and not get to play any big names in bracket, but it only appeared to make Spud hungry for another US event. And when Spud returned to the US 3 months later for Don't Park on the Grass, he had a drastically different experience. He started off his 17th place run of the event by coming out of round 1 pools on winner's side after beating Rudolph, one of Japan's best players. After that, his winner's run at a US event was stopped by yet another puff in the form of Hungrybox, but he was still able to take 2 great wins in losers before his event was ended by the moon. With just this on his resume, Spud most likely would have been able to make it into the top 100 for 2017 if he would have just been able to meet the attendance requirements of at least 2 majors. For a point in comparison, Eddie Mexico is an international player who ended up being ranked 71st in 2017, and Spud had better wins at just Don't Park on the Grass than Eddie did at the 2 majors and 3 regionals that he attended. After Don't Park on the Grass in December of 2016, Spud racked up multiple first place finishes at larger Australian events, but didn't make his return to the US until recently at Emerald City 6. Here Spud put on an amazing performance, taking multiple top 100 wins in the main bracket, and only was outplaced by Bladewise and Toussaint. This tournament that took place just a week before Genesis 5 boded extremely well for his chances to make a deep run at that event. Unfortunately, the momentum did not seem to carry over as Spud ended up just barely missing top 64 at Genesis 5. His 65th placing at the event would have had the potential to be much higher if Moki hadn't knocked Chudet right into Spud's path in losers, but still getting 65th at such a stacked event is not as bad at all, as evidenced by the caliber of players he tied and outplaced at the event. This serves as a solid start to Spud's 2018, but he's going to have to take a couple more wins off some top 100 players at the next major he attends in 2018 if he's looking to have a shot at the top 100 for this year. As of now, Spud isn't sure what majors he'll be able to attend in 2018, mainly due to time constraints and financial reasons. So that means if you live anywhere near Perth, go to more locals and help fund Spud's trips to majors. And if you live anywhere else, be on the lookout for Spud's names on compendiums at bigger events to make sure one of Australia's best players gets the adequate representation he deserves. And yeah, that's about it for this video. First off, I want to thank Spud for helping me out with making this video. You can follow him at @DS_Spud on Twitter. There should be a link down in the description. Sorry I didn't put out a video last week. I had like some sort of pseudo flu. I really wasn't feeling good, and I was just trying to get better for the gang, which anyone who I met or got to talk to at the gang, Mugs who kicked my ass in bracket, Control Alt Defeat, anyone else really who I got to meet, especially getting to meet the Melee Stats team in person for the first time, but anyone else who saw me, there's this really cool Falco main I got to play against to warm me up before I got double 4 stocked in my first game of bracket. There's a lot of really cool people I met, and I gotta go to more locals in Philadelphia, because a bunch of people said they didn't even know I was from Philly because I don't attend anything, and that's because I'm cheap and I don't like spending money to go 1-2 in bracket, which I can do at locals but not at regionals. Yeah, but I think that's about it, really. There's not much left to say. If this kind of video interests you, check out the playlist of all the Rising Player Spotlights to make sure you didn't miss anyone so far. You can follow me over on Twitter at SaveAsUntitled. That's I usually post like previews of videos and stuff, but it's been like a weird week, and like I said before, the gang being sick, the Super Bowl, my birthday, it was a perfect storm of giving me excuses to not make videos and not being able to make videos. You can also follow me over on Twitch, where I stream sometimes when I'm feeling it. It's not very like a normal schedule, but if that's the kind of thing you enjoy, you want to know when I'm streaming, go follow me over there. Also, I have a Patreon if you're interested in doing that. There's a link down in the description. You can see all the details. And that's about it. I've been SaveAsUntitled. I hopefully will get back to recording at a normal schedule, and I will see you guys next time.